Hi, I'm Olga Elsiad, a sugar detox coach. I make quitting sugar easier. Today we're gonna talk about sugar cravings and why are you craving sugar so bad? For some people, intense sugar cravings can be ruining their life, including their health, their relationships, their mood, and their way they interact with the world. There is no just one thing that causes sugar cravings. Usually it's a combination of different things, and in this video we're gonna go over all the major reasons that people can have sugar cravings, and you can choose for yourself what could be the culprit for your sugar cravings. Reason number one is probably the most common one, is blood sugar fluctuations. Every single time we eat or drink something sweet or high carbohydrate meal, our blood sugar will go up really fast, really high, and then it will plummet really low. The higher will be the spike, the lower it will plummet. And at that point when it plummets, you're gonna have those serious sugar cravings that your body will be asking to bring you back up again. And throughout the day, people who eat a lot of carbohydrates will have many roller coaster up and downs that will cause lots of sugar cravings. Of course, the best way to stop it, to break this cycle, is to eat less carbohydrates. And the secret here is to start your day with a protein meal that is low in carbohydrates. This way you will stabilize your blood sugar in the morning, and you're not gonna have that spike in the morning, and then throughout the day you're gonna be easier controlling your cravings because you're not gonna have that blood sugar roller coaster, and you're not gonna be craving another sugary meal. Reason number two would be mood imbalances. Here we would include stress, depression, anxiety, and other mood-related diseases. Here is what's happening here. Every time we eat something sweet, we have a dopamine release. It's a feel-good hormone in our brain, and we really feel elevated from it. And every time we run out of that dopamine, our body will be asking for more sugar to bring us back up. So we have a natural reaction to boost that dopamine reaction and by eating more sugar. And the only way to get out of this cycle is to replace that sugar with exercise. Going for a walk, doing any kind of pleasurable activity for you that would make your body move and release that dopamine will help you stop this cycle and stop your sugar cravings. Reason number three is medications. These can be both over-the-counter or prescription medications. And the way they work is by, number one, messing with our neurotransmitters in the brain, some of the medication, and some of them mess with our gut flora that is also creating some serotonin and other hormones that make us feel good. And as a reaction, we get increased sugar cravings just to get the dopamine again and to feel a little bit better about ourselves. If you feel like some medication that you recently started increased your sugar cravings, you need to discuss it with your healthcare provider. Reason number four is hormonal imbalances. I'm gonna attach the link to the article where I describe all these reasons with a lot of links that take you to the medical articles discussing all these imbalances and how they work. I just want to say that all hormones in the body, one way or the other, depend on our diet and depend on how much sugar we consume. So it is important to find the right balance of carbohydrates in the body and to stay healthy in general, to have that hormonal balance and to avoid sugar cravings. Reason number five is conditioning and habits. I love this topic because I feel like it's a big one when it comes to reversing your sugar cravings and feeling better. Eating sugar means pleasure, and our brains become wired over time to associate certain experiences with that pleasure. And every time we feel a little bit unhappy, we try to bring ourselves back to that pleasure, to that spot when we were happy by eating a little bit something sweet. From early childhood, we associate sugary treats with pleasure. Sometimes it can be a grandmother who was coming into the house with a bag of candy. It could be your parent taking you for an ice cream after you fell in the park and scraped your knee. Or just celebrating your birthday and being around happy people will also create that pleasure connection in the brain, and you will want to go back to it at the times when you're not feeling so happy. And we reinforce this behavior in ourselves by just creating this habit of constantly going back to that sugary treat at certain times of the day. In my Sugar Detox program, we find the moments when we are the most vulnerable and where we have the habits of eating sugar, and we work on them. But first, we stop our sugar cravings from happening in the body by balancing our blood sugar, by getting rid of the gut flora that makes us eat sugar. We're gonna talk about it later. And this way it becomes easier to reverse those habits. Reason number 6 is under-eating and not getting enough nutrients in your body. Calorie restriction and also just not getting enough nutrients in the body that the body needs to survive. The body feels low on energy and it is looking for a quick boost of energy that usually comes from a sugary treat. And of course you can reverse it by eating enough food in general, getting enough calories, and also supplementing your diet with the right nutrients to cover up the gaps so your body is not looking for energy from a cheap sugary snack. Reason number 7 is artificial sweeteners. Yes, believe it or not, these 0-calorie sweeteners confuse our brains and confuse our hardwired calorie sweetness regulating processes and make us crave more sugar. So naturally, if you feel like you are constantly craving sugar and you are drinking or eating a lot of foods with artificial sweeteners, you may consider stopping them, and your cravings may disappear from that. Reason number 8 is gut health issues. This is a big one we work on in my Sugar Detox program. An imbalance of gut bacteria and candida overgrowth in the body. This is the yeast that thrives on sugar and causes yeast infections and many other problems in the body. The overgrowth of them causes serious sugar cravings. People who eat a lot of sugary and starchy foods, a lot of carbohydrates, they naturally have the microbiome that is sugar loving. And those microbes, once you stop eating or start eating less sugar, they are not happy, they are starving, and they create the chemical response that gets into our brains and makes us crave more sugar. And that is why it's so hard to stop eating sugar, because you have those microbes asking for their food. And if you add to them also candida overgrowth or parasites, helminths, that are also very much sugar loving, your sugar cravings will be very intense and very specific. Usually I notice that people who have more candida overgrowth, who suffer with yeast infections and other problems, a lot of fungus in the body, they often crave sugar and flour things, and especially bread like yeast and things like that. So they will be more into baked goods. People who have a lot of parasites overgrowth in the body, they will be craving a lot of dairy and sugary foods like ice cream. It is quite easy to rebalance the gut flora. It takes just 90 days, and your cravings will significantly subside. In my 90-day Sugar Detox program, we work on that throughout the whole 90 days by using supplements. Leave a link in the description where you can watch a video about the program, learn more about it, and there will also be a link to the calendar where you can schedule a free, no obligation sugar detox session where we can discuss your reasons for craving sugar, and you can learn how you can reverse these cravings. Reason number 9 is nutrient deficiencies. We discussed it in the topic of under-eating, but here there are certain nutrients that if our bodies are low in them, we're going to be having stronger sugar cravings. One of them is magnesium. Magnesium is vital in regulating our blood sugar and insulin sensitivity. So when we are low in magnesium, we're gonna naturally have stronger sugar cravings, and the way to reverse it is by eating more magnesium-rich foods and also supplementing. Chromium is important for metabolizing carbohydrates and lipids, and when we are low in chromium, we naturally gonna be craving more sugar. The body is trying to correct the imbalance. Eating foods rich in chromium and taking supplements will help you resolve this deficiency. Is another mineral that if we are low on it, we're gonna have increased sugar cravings because it is important for the utilization of glucose and insulin in the body. Eating foods rich in zinc, like meat, poultry, oysters, nuts, and dairy products will correct the deficiency. Also, supplement is a good idea. Some studies suggest that not having enough omega-3 in the diet can cause sugar cravings and addictive sugar behaviors. Fish, walnuts, flaxseed, and other foods are rich in omega-3s. Try to eat more of them. And also supplement, of course, is a good idea. Reason number 10, the last one in my list for today, is sleep deprivation. When we don't get enough sleep, our bodies cannot properly regulate the blood sugar in the body. That will naturally increase our cravings for sugary and salty foods. But at the same time, our brains are already hardwired to know that the quickest way to get some energy is from sugar. So we're going to be craving sugary foods when we are sleep deprived. If you are chronically not sleeping enough, you really need to do everything to balance out your sleep before you even start anything else, trying to get rid of your sugar cravings. As you can see, so many things go into your sugar cravings, and you cannot be just fixing one thing and hope that your sugar cravings will go away. As a sugar detox coach, I invite you to my 90-day sugar detox program, where we address all of the reasons why you are craving sugar. We work with you personally, and you have 90 days to quit sugar and to have time to rebalance your gut flora, to work on your habits, and to learn the new way of eating so you can be healthier and living a better life. As I mentioned before, you're gonna find a link to the video that describes my program, and also to the calendar where you can schedule a convenient time for you and I to meet one-on-one and discuss why you are craving sugar and how you can stop this cycle for you. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you want more tips about how to stop your sugar cravings. See you in the next video. Bye!